Hey, happy day to you. I hope you're well. I just wanted to jump on here and share a little thought I've been thinking about. And it's about mindset. I love mindset and a couple points about mindset that can be useful to remember. So, first, I'd like you to repeat after me. Repeat after me. I can do anything. I can do anything with the right kind of focus. I can do anything with the right kind of focus. So, everyone has their stuff, right? We all do. We all have our stuff. Everyone has their struggles. And for that, I say hallelujah because we are not alone. Hallelujah, right? It's great. We all have our stuff. We're all working towards something, I hope. Anyways, with that, we all have our weaknesses. We all have our strengths. And oftentimes we focus on the weaknesses and not so much on the strengths. So I'd like to remind you, my friend, to step back and focus just a little more on the quality strengths that you do have or the strengths that you want to improve on and focus on to make them more strong. And when you're looking to make change, remember that focusing on the good that you want, it's so much more helpful to focus on the good than the things that we're going to lose or the loss that's going to be gained or the pain that we're going to have to go through. So focus on you, the person that you want to be, the better version of yourself, the beauty of the growth and the vibrancy that you want to see in your life. Instead of focusing on the things that you're going to lose or what you're trying to get away from or the pain of the process and the behavior or the old behavior that you had. So focusing on what you're going to get out of it, the rewards from the process and the change and the growth. It just sounds much more palpable and beautiful, does it not? So don't focus on what you want to stop. Focus on what you want to start. Doesn't that sound a little more exciting? So those things are, to me, I think they're huge catalysts for change, but until we can get our mind wrapped around that and focused on that vision that we do want and away from it seems like a reel that's running in our mind about our current reality and that we'll never outgrow until we start going in the direction of that next level of self that we desire for ourselves. Whether it's completely clear or not, starting to go in that direction and strengthening those things and focusing on the things that you want it to better instead of like getting away from the bad habits or the things that you don't like, the lack, it's a lot easier, I believe. What do you think? So with that, think about it. What would you like wouldn't you like to share your story? Like, wouldn't it feel good to be able to share your story without worrying about it? Wouldn't you like to work on yourself? Wouldn't you like to be okay with not being perfect? Perfection's an absolute and an impossibility anyways, and if we're suffering from perfectionism, how do we ever improve unless we put ourselves out there or put our work out there or try something and then figure out what doesn't work? You can never figure something out until you try it first. So to ever be perfect in whatever definition you give that, you first have to put it out there. So first be okay with not being perfect. Woohoo! It's okay! And to be okay, wouldn't it be nice to be okay with just being a work in progress and trying to improve yourself day in and day out? I've just doing that myself with little things, little daily habits. I feel so much more proud of myself and I feel so much more progress in my life because I'm actually just wanting more from myself and then also being okay with being a work in progress and seeing what fits into my life and what doesn't. And you can have that too. So try to be okay with wanting change. And I know that growing doesn't happen without change. Yeah, growing doesn't happen without change. That's just the way it is. So what would it look like? What would it look like for you to be okay with being a little vulnerable? I know it's a hard word to think about. I don't want to be vulnerable, but without being vulnerable and being okay with change, I don't know where we can go. So try to be okay with embracing the things that you are transitioning through and trying to improve on. It's okay, and you will get through it. Whatever it might be that you're working on, it is also okay to, if you don't feel 100% right now, if you're going through something, because people go through things all the time. There's a high percentage of transitions that we go through in our lifetimes, and you have survived 100% of the transitions you've already gone through, and you will too with this one. Just keep going, and you will summit this mountain too. I believe in you, and just thinking about belief too, you can only get there if you believe you can. So maybe start there as well. Have that focus. So focus on you and where you want to be and who you want to be. Also, a little side note, it does no good to compare. I know we hear this all the time. It's easier said than done, commonly. Comparison is another story altogether, but it is related, and sometimes something really important to remember when you feel that others have it all together or others have it more together. And if you think also that others possibly don't also have things that they want to work on, whether they talk about it or not, we all want to work on something in our life. Whether we're open about that or not. We all want to improve in some way. Everyone does. I think it's a human, natural, innate feeling. So we can all get through this. We can, and it really does help to have the right focus. So just ask yourself. You don't have to share here. You can. I would love that. But ask yourself, what might you be focused on? Are you focused on like the possibility or the problems and the things getting in the way, or are you focusing on their strengths or the weaknesses? And the list goes on. It depends on what you're working on. But where is your focus? Ask yourself. And good luck with whatever you're working on. Cheers to you for challenging yourself, and next level coming soon. Cheers.